Next on Worcester News Tonight, it's Marathon Monday. Runners from around the world fill the course, including many from here in central Massachusetts. Plus, a hit and run kills a young boy in Milford. Tonight, police are searching for the suspect. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Rioli. The Boston Marathon is the world's oldest annual marathon. Now in its 121st year, according to the Boston Athletic Association, it ranks as one of the world's most prestigious road races. Our Brittany Schaefer was at the starting line today and has more.
We are here in Hopkinton for the 121st Boston Marathon. More than 30,000 people are expected to race today, and those we spoke to say they are proud to be representing Central Mass. Nervous and excited. It's what Central Mass runners from Teddy's team were all feeling Monday morning.
A lot of nerves, but I feel really excited. I mean, we're here in Hopkinton, ready to go. You can feel the energy around us.
I think we're all just ready to get to the start line.
Teddy's team is partnered with the American Heart Association. 5 of its members are from Central Mass and each have a reason of why they are running for Teddy's team.
I am a stroke survivor.
My mother passed away from a stroke 2 years ago.
My mom had a stroke a couple years ago.
I had a stroke a year and a half ago.
My dad's a 4-year stroke survivor.
This is Amy Hill's 3rd Boston Marathon. She says Teddy's team is a huge part of her family and says her father will motivate her through the 26.2 miles.
Boston's an absolute beast of a course. You know, kind of having my dad's fight and my dad's drive in me today is really what pushes me through, and my dad will be at mile 6, so I can't wait to see him out there.
And while the weather was perfect for spectators, Teddy's team say it's a little warm for a marathon.
You know, the one good thing about today's weather is the crowd should be amazing, and so, you know, we're really hoping to feed off that.
I want to see my friends and family along the course and enjoy the crowd and, you know, take it easy with the heat and just take the time to slow down and enjoy every minute of it.
Those we spoke to from Teddy's team say regardless of where they finish, they just want to have a good time and raise awareness for a great cause. In Hopkinton, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
An estimated 1 million spectators were at the Boston Marathon. Our Cam Jandro spoke with some of those cheering on runners from the sidelines and has the story.
Tens of thousands of runners hit the streets of Hopkinton Monday to begin the 26-mile race, and millions lined the course for something they say is special to watch.
This is super special. So we see lots of teams start, practicing in April for this thing, and the teams are just average runners, but the camaraderie and what the cause is just so important to them. So we get caught up in that. It's really fun for us to see it.
Fans from all over the world lined the fences as 99 different countries were represented at this year's race. Former Worcester News Tonight reporter Tim McCone laced up his sneakers for his first Boston Marathon. McCone is running for the Celtic Shamrock Foundation and says this was an opportunity he couldn't pass up.
Growing up in Worcester, I've been watching the marathon my whole life. It's always been a bucket list event for me. And so this year I had the opportunity to run for a foundation, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Cross something off the bucket list and then also help out the community. So it was a no-brainer.
Spectators and runners say there's a lot more to the marathon than the race itself.
I think that, like I said, teaching the kids how to, number one, volunteer their time, but also that, things are more important than, showing up and going to recess and the baseball game or whatever.
Now, for the last 120 plus years, the Boston Marathon has been taking over the streets here in Massachusetts. Here in Hopkinton, residents say it's a tradition they love and they don't want to see go away anytime soon. In Hopkinton, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
And continuing coverage from the 2017 Boston Marathon, how about this woman? Nicole LaBeouf, who ran in support of Dana-Farber, is 6 months pregnant. She says the marathon went well for both her and the baby.
I had to run a lot slower this year because of the heat and the baby, and I was taking my time so that the baby would be safe. So it put a lot of extra miles on the legs, a little extra weight, a lot of extra pounding, so my bottom half is hurting, but my soul feels wonderful.
And Nicole says the baby was quiet for the entire run. Tonight, police in Milford are searching for the driver of a vehicle that hit and killed a young boy. It all happened Easter Sunday. Police are searching for the picture of the vehicle they are looking for. Rosalind Flaherty spoke with neighbors in Milford today and has the story.
A candle stands next to the scene where a little boy was killed in a hit and run Sunday afternoon.
I'm just beside myself. I'm so sad for the family.
Police say a 4-year-old boy was struck on Water Street in Milford around 5 p.m. The driver kept going.
Give us a call. We're coming for you. This little boy lost his life.
Police are now looking for this red Scion they believe to be involved. The car has black wheels, tinted windows, and possible damage to the right front.
Cars tend to speed down here, and there are, especially in that lower part of the street, there's an awful lot of children.
Barbara Savage says she heard a loud bang Sunday afternoon. When she opened her door, she saw the little boy in the road.
I knelt down and tried to see if maybe he had a pulse so I could just hold his hand, but there was no sign of any movement.
Neighbors say they are still shaken up.
We all have kids around here, everyone. So as a parent, it's like you don't even know what to think.
This is a bad area right here.
And are hoping whoever is responsible comes forward.
How can someone just get away with this? The parents need justice. The people who were witness need justice. It's traumatizing to everyone.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A tragic end to the case of a missing Southborough man. The body of Michael Kelleher was recovered Sunday morning in Boston's Charles River. The 23-year-old Kelleher man went missing following a Celtics game at the nearby TD Garden last month. State police tell us there are no signs of foul play. Kelleher was an employee of Margarita's restaurant in Northborough. His family thanked people for their thoughts and prayers. The Department of Public Health is issuing its findings on the proposed plan to remove 13 inpatient psychiatric beds at UMass Memorial Medical Center. The hospital plans to close 13 of its 28 beds at the university campus within the next few months. The Department of Public Health has made a finding saying the services at the hospital are essential in preserving access and health status within the hospital's area. The DPH is asking UMass to provide detailed responses to those concerned for residents, nurses, and patients on how they will accommodate people who need inpatient care. In the meantime, UMass Memorial Healthcare is proposing to open a new 120-bed psychiatric hospital in Worcester within the next 2 years. After 8 months of searching for Vanessa Marcotte's killer, an arrest has been made. Marcotte was killed last August when she went for a jog in Princeton. In a press conference this weekend, Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. says Vanessa's fight against her killer led police to find a DNA match.
Good afternoon. We got him.
With just 3 words, Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. brings relief to Princeton residents. At a press conference Saturday, Early announced the arrest of the man he believes killed Vanessa Marcotte.
Early this morning, state police arrested 31-year-old Angelo Colon Ortiz in connection with the murder of Vanessa Marcotte.
Just knowing that it's solved and he's off the street and there can be some closure.
Marcotte's body was found last August off Brook Station Road in Princeton, hours after leaving her mother's house for a jog. Since then, police have received more than 1,300 tips and knew they were looking for a dark-colored SUV. Early says investigators were able to get Colon Ortiz's DNA off her hands during an autopsy and develop a profile of a Hispanic male in his 30s.
An alert state trooper saw a dark SUV in Worcester not too long ago. He looked at the driver of the vehicle and it matched our suspect.
DA Early says the trooper wrote down the license plate number on his hand and was able to track down the suspect in Worcester, where he gave a DNA mel swab.
The expected frequency of occurrence of this profile is approximately 1 in 108.2 quintillion to unrelated individuals. That would be a 1 followed by 108 followed by 18 zeros.
No one ever stopped thinking about Miss Marcotte and how we could solve this case. We never lost faith that this day would come.
Meanwhile, people who live in Princeton say they are thankful for justice for Vanessa and her family.
I've gotten to know them a little bit through this tragedy, and I know the community has, done a lot to reach out for them.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
And Colon Ortiz is charged with aggravated assault and battery and assault with intent to rape. The DA says he does anticipate a murder charge. He's being held on $10 million bail and it is due in Leominster District Court Tuesday. Worcester police arrest a Holden man in connection to an armed home invasion Saturday night on Dawson Road in Worcester. Police say when they got to the house, a man was laying outside with a gunshot wound. This is when officers learned 2 more people were inside the house hiding in the basement. They say they were residents of the home. Officers were told the man outside was a suspect. Police say both the suspect and the man in the basement were suffering from serious gunshot wounds and were brought to the hospital. 24-year-old Mark Eldolana was arrested early Sunday morning. Police say both men are expected to survive. The incident remains under investigation. Uber is in the hot seat tonight. The company accused of failing to investigate reports that workers were driving drunk. Those reports are coming out of California. Regulators there now want the ride-sharing app to pay $1 million in fines. About a quarter of Uber's workforce operates in California. That's about 150